Hello, and welcome to another episode of Marlins in the Morning. My name is Kyle Cruzy. I think I'm the last one left. No Nick Esposito and no Ethan Bernstein once again today. Do expect them back tomorrow with the Yankees series coming up this week. Marlins are 0-9. They fall today 3-1. Another poor offensive showing. Trevor Rogers, decent performance, was able to get through 5 innings. Another average start from the Marlins pitching staff. Uh, Bullpen solid, did what it needed to do. But Marlins not able to muster any runs, just the one that came in the eighth inning. One extra base hit. It was a Luis Ariz blooper. I mean, that's not much to be excited about right now. 0-9. The Marlins are 0-9. It is the fifth longest losing streak in franchise history. It is now tied for the longest losing streak by any team to start a season since 2002. Yeah, not much else to talk about. If you go back, actually, if you include last season, it's the fourth longest losing streak in franchise history. If you include the loss that ended last season, that would make it 10 games. And if you're brazen enough, which you really shouldn't be, to include the playoff games, the Marlins have now created their longest losing streak in franchise history. No one really includes playoff games in losing streaks, but if you want to, that's 12 in a row the Marlins have lost, and 11 is the franchise record. They could tie that at this rate on Monday. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get to see something positive soon. But yeah, I'm not going to belabor the point here. We're going to make this very short and sweet. 0-9 for the Marlins now. Josh Bell, a couple hits today. Jake Berger, after a great game on Thursday, 0 for 4. Couple double plays, one from Berger, one from Luis Ariz, who is really struggling to start the season. Not going to mention that double. It's too much of a bright spot. He was down 0-2 and blooped one into right field, which you'll take it. But he has not looked good. Jazz 1 for 4. He stays just below the Mendoza line. Avi Garcia 1 for 4. A strange ending to the ball game. Avi came up as the tying run, and on the first pitch, he saw actually got a pitch clock violation. Wasn't engaged with the pitcher, and then a ground out on the first pitch that was actually thrown. All the while, the Marlins had a runner on. It was Tim Anderson, who was aboard with a 2-out single. Anderson steals second on that pitch, and Avi couldn't resist the 0-1. I don't even know what the pitch was. Left over the plate and just rolled it over to third base. But yeah, Emmanuel Rivera in his Marlins debut was actually pretty solid. I think he was, if there was a bright spot in this game, was aboard with a walk and a hit. Looked good defensively, made a couple nice plays, one charging the ball, nice fielder's choice in the bottom of the eighth, I think it was. Yeah, it was a another rough showing. It's been a rough week and a half now for the Marlins. Thought the day off might help things, but the offense was not there today. Ended up with 8 hits, 7 singles, and that aforementioned Luis Ariz double, which wasn't much at the plate. Hit the ball hard a couple times, had a couple balls go to deep center field. I think Avi had one that he put a charge into. But yeah, this is a story of a losing team. Trevor Rogers had just a brutal error on a pickoff attempt at first base with runners in the corners, throws it away. The kind of things that happen when a team is losing like they are. Luis Ariz had another error, his third in the series. It's only been 2 games in the series. Steven Matz worked 5 scoreless, 85 pitches. They didn't even want to keep him in for the sixth. A little surprised there, but sort of like handing the football off. Why why stress your starter out when you have confidence that your bullpen uh, is going to go through it without much trouble? Gallegos throws 20 pitches. No one threw more than that. It was 6 pitches for Ryan Helsley in that ninth inning. Boy, didn't even notice that. A 6-pitch ninth. I don't think that's including the pitch clock violation uh, strike that Avi took. But yeah, not much to talk about. Hopefully, we're not talking about an 0-10 start heading into that Yankee series. Yeah, another 2:15, another getaway tomorrow as the Marlins headed to New York after. Hopefully, they find a way. Max Meyer on the bump for the Marlins. I don't have much more than that. It's a rough spot right now for the Marlins. This is about I mean, in my lifetime, the worst losing streak I can remember as someone who grew up as a fan of the Marlins and watched, you know, any game he could. This is a dark time in terms of it's baseball, right? There's still fun to be had, but not as much for the Marlins as every other team. The talk of who's going to be here in 3-4 months has already begun. The talk of, do you give Edward Cabrera extra rehab starts because why rush him back? A few walks last night. The Marlins are going to need him soon with the way that this rotation's unable to get deep into ball games and the way that this, not that he's typically great at getting you to the 6th, 7th inning, but no one on the Marlins has made it through 6 so far. I think Luzardo went into the 6th in his second start. That's the only time we've seen anyone past the 5th inning in the rotation. Just not great. Not too much to be excited about. Through 9 games, nothing to be excited about through 9 games. Jake Berger had a nice game the other day. That was fun. A couple home runs. Nothing today from really the Marlins offense at all. Yeah, this is the life we lead as Marlins fans. Sometimes you're going to go through bad stretches. I can't remember one worse than this. I cannot. They've had longer losing streaks by a couple games, but to start a season in this manner, I mean, it's hard to remember the feeling. But on opening day, the Marlins were up 5-2. The offense was kind of things were going. The offense was pumping. Luzardo had a solid start, and then I think since that moment, it's been just about all bad. No blown lead today. The Marlins did not lead at any point. Yeah, we got a lot of history being made. Not the kind of history the Marlins want to make. A bad stretch of Marlins baseball. They got the Cardinals again tomorrow, 2:15 start. Yeah, we'll see if anything can change then. A lot of people are probably going to be watching the Women's National Championship. I believe that's at 3. At the very least, I'll be split screening it because anything to sort of take your mind off what we've seen Marlins wise, and hopefully the getaway game maybe leads to some better opportunity. I'd be surprised the way that things are going. I sound down. Maybe it's because I'm a little sick. Maybe it's because what we're looking at through 81 innings, or I guess we played a few more than 81 now, if you include a couple extra inning games, but not fun. Not fun at this point. Things will get better. I keep saying it. Keep putting it out into the world. Know that this is near rock bottom, but yeah, there's things are gonna come back. Marlins are gonna bounce back to some extent. They probably won't get to 500. They probably won't, see any sort of competitiveness in important games this season. But guys, you're going to see guys get hot. You're going to see good starts out of pitchers. You're going to see close, fun, entertaining games at some point down the road. But yeah, things are going to get better. Got to know that. It's tough to get people to consistently come to games, consistently tune in. The attendance is going to be poor when the Marlins get back home. I believe they're playing the Braves next week at home. It's going to be a treat to see. Maybe it won't be a treat to see. Who knows? Hopefully the Marlins get back tomorrow, avoid a big 0-10 as they head into the Yankees series, the Yankees team that will be the best team the Marlins have played to this point, you would think. But yeah, another tough one. 3-1, the final score. The Marlins fall to St. Louis Cardinals. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening if you're on Spotify. Yeah, Marlins in the morning. No Nick Esposito, no Ethan Bernstein. We'll have some fun discussion on why those guys are missing, hopefully tomorrow when they're back. But yeah, I'm Kyle Cruzy. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I'd say our new catchphrase is actually go watch whatever other Miami team is playing that night. But you know what? For today, go watch the Final Four an hour away. Get some good basketball to watch. So go watch the Final Four, folks. And thanks for listening.